falling star. Then you make a wish. Ooh, just remember, luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then you ask the stars up above?
Coming to you live from New York City, you're watching a special radio TV edition of Astrology Numerology Now. I'm your host. You already know this is Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist, where every week at this time we bring you the latest astrology news and information. I want to say hello to all my people who are watching the show on the BCAT channel in BK all day, Brooklyn, New York. And Brooklyn is one of my biggest supporters. Thank you, Brooklyn, for over the years. I'm giving thanks as we head into this holiday season. It's the last show of 2018. So just stick with me, relax. We got a lot to talk about. So let's get started. Now, the big thing about 2018, from a numerology point of view, it's a number 11, master number 11 universal year. Let's show them that graphic, control room. It's a master number 11 universal year. How do we get that? We add up the year 2018. So let's add 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 8 equals 11. So the master number 11 year is a very vibrational year. The master numbers are 11, 22, and 33. So this will be our first master number 11 year since 2009. We had 2009, 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 0 is 2, plus 9 is 11. And for our lifetime, in our lifetime about the master number 11 year, in the 2000s, we had the master number 22 for the most part. But in the 1900s, the last master number 11 year we had was 1901 and 1910. And then we skipped almost 90 years until we're now at another master number 11 universal year. It's a very vibrational year. That number 11, if you look at a tuning fork or a pitchfork, it sort of kind of looks like the number 11. And 11s are very vibrational. I expect from a numerology point of view, the year of 2018, a lot of divine intervention for the sake of the greater good. I'll say that again. That master number 11 year, 2018, is divine intervention for the greater good, because the universe knows and the world knows and the archangels and the angels know that we cannot take any more of the political landscape and climate that we're currently living in around the world. There's a bomb going off in Paris, bomb going off in London, bomb going off in Venezuela. I mean, it's time for the universe, and it will intervene on behalf of the greater good with this master number 11 year. No matter when your birthday is or what your moon sign or rising sign is, your Scorpio, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, whatever, vibrate on a higher frequency. Vibrate, lift your emotions and feelings. Get away from the negative energy and the toxic people and the toxic things that you're doing. And that number 11 universal year will ask you and ask the whole planet Earth in general to vibrate on a higher frequency. So that's some of the things that we have to keep in mind during 2018 from a numerology point of view. It is a master number 11. Vibrate at a higher frequency in 2018. Now, up next, and this is Z Starman, and this is, again, a radio edition of Astrology Numerology Now. I'm acting like there's no cameras. I'm acting like I'm at a radio station. It's Z TV. It's Z Radio TV for the most part. And my control rooms, they're going to follow me, but I want you to listen to me, and I want you to watch also. The next big thing that started earlier, or is going to begin on December 19th, is the entrance, and we can put that picture up, control room, is the entrance of Saturn into the sign of Capricorn. Saturn, as we all know, from a numerology point of view, it's the planet of limitation and restriction. But guess what? Saturn is coming back home. The last time Saturn was in the sign of Capricorn was in 1998. From 1998, it came in from February 88 and then went back into the sign of Sagittarius on November of 88, and it stayed in 1988, or Saturn stayed in the sign of Capricorn until February 2000 or February 1991. This is a big event from an astrology point of view. Saturn, the planet of restriction and limitation and crystallization, is coming back to the sign of Capricorn, coming back home. Imagine you, let's say if you lived in Paris and you haven't been home in 30 years. So that's sort of kind of what Saturn is. Saturn rules the sign of Capricorn. And it's coming back to Capricorn for the next 3 years. And wherever Saturn is in your chart, it's going to force you to take a stand, force you to grow up, to force you to take responsibility. That's what Saturn is all about. And a lot of Capricorns, and especially in the early part of Capricorn, if you're born like December 22nd, December 23rd, all the way till about the 31st of the month, it's going to be some challenging times where the universe is going to ask you, hey man, hey woman, grow up, accept responsibility. Also, it'll show where difficulties and limitations are. But being the astrologer that I am, I remember the last time that Saturn was in the sign of Capricorn during the 1980s, 1988 to 1991. And it was in my 8th house, the house of birth and deaths and money and all that kind of stuff. My son was born in 1991 with Saturn in Capricorn. But again, this benefits a lot of Capricorn people. If you're not ready, Saturn in Capricorn is like the IRS. They come knocking at your door and ask, hey, where are the taxes? Do you have them? If you don't, you're going to have to pay for them. You're going to have to suffer for them. But wherever Saturn is in your chart, and you want to know that, I'm going to put up my number after the show. It's going to force you to grow up. And a lot of Capricorn people will be feeling this energy over the next 3 years. Once again, Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn. That is major. This is the first time this has happened in the last 30 years. Again, from 1988 to 1991. So welcome back, Saturn. Hope it'll do some great job or a great job for you guys who are Capricorns out there or wherever Saturn is in your astrology chart. So define yourself. Face the difficult challenges wherever Saturn is in your astrology chart. And if you've done the work, and if you put in the work, and you put in the time, the energy, and effort, Saturn will reward you. January 1st, 2018, there's going to be a full moon in the sign of Cancer. So this is a very political day. New Year's Eve, full moon, all kinds of crazy stuff goes on with the influence of the full moon. And we're going to have a couple of planets already in the sign of Capricorn. Mercury will be in the sign of Capricorn on New Year's Day. The planet Venus will also be in the sign of Capricorn. So it's all not doom and gloom for people who have Capricorn rising sign or sun sign Capricorn. But moon sign, Mercury and Venus, personal planets in Capricorn, there may be a little bit of difficulty and restrictions on that first week of the new year with the full moon in the sign of Cancer. So beware of that date. January 1st, January 2nd, there's a full moon in the sign of Cancer. It'll be challenging for most Libra people that day and also for most Aries people that day. So beware of the full moon on New Year's Day in the sign of Cancer. It goes direct, the planet Mercury, in the sign of Sagittarius. It goes direct, or its motion starts going forward on the 22nd, but we're not out of the woods yet. We're not out of the woods yet, and we have to sort of kind of wait until, as they say in astrology, Mercury comes out of the shadow of its retrograde or gets back to the place where its Mercury retrograde originally began on December 3rd. So we have to wait for Mercury to come back to full strength. So between now and that time, proceed with caution, do things slowly. That time of the year, it's a number 11, master number 11 universal year. During that time before December or January 10th, we're going to see a lot of news and information coming out about governments. We're going to see a lot of news and information that's going to have to deal with Donald Trump. I bet you anything that Trump will be in a lot of trouble, or someone in his family, his son-in-law, Kushner, or one of his sons, Daniel, or Donald Trump Jr., but a lot of things are getting ready to come out during this Mercury, as Mercury starts to move forward into the sign of Capricorn. One more phone call before we say goodbye to 2017. Caller, you're on live television with Z Starman.
Hello?
Hi, quickly.
Hi. My birthday is December 23rd.
December 23rd, what year?
52.
52, and how can I help you,
I
Miss
wanna
Sagittarius?
Know, I am a Capricorn. I want to know with the Saturn in Capricorn what's going to happen next year for me.
Well, the big thing is a lot of great things happening for the sign of Capricorn. In the middle of January 2018, we're going to have about 6 planets in the sign of Capricorn. We're going to have Venus in Capricorn on Christmas Day. We're going to have Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. And since you're born on the 23rd, there are a lot of things that you have to confront finally and give answers to in your lifetime. Caller, I got to go. I'm going to put up my number, like I said, after the live show. After you call me, and you will get 50% discount on your astrology, numerology consultation. Anybody, old callers, new callers, 50% off, and we'll talk about more in Saturn and Capricorn. I want to thank my lovely and beautiful producer, Dietrich Kelsey, the executive producer, the boss, who holds down astrology, numerology now. Josie Ann, who's always there. Brother Isaiah, who's there tonight. And Stanley, Stan the man. This is Z Starman saying Happy New Year, Happy 2018. Peace, love, light. Get your discount. Namaste.